You know, one of the reasons educators are having such a difficult time this year is because instead of looking at the world of 2020 for what it is, we continually view it through a lens of 2019 and how it should be. Well, shoulds, we can should all over the place and we just end up with our hands full of should and we get nowhere. So we need to open our eyes and wake up to the world we're living in. Yeah, it might kind of suck this year, but we need to embrace the suck. Stick around and let's talk about why. Hi, and welcome to Classroom Confidential. My name is Christopher Youngren and I'm a middle school ELA teacher in Tucson, Arizona. You know, just recently I decided nuts to it. I'm not giving any more quizzes for the rest of the semester. And here's why. I assigned them one chapter a night out of a book that I thought was super exciting called Kingdom Keepers, about a bunch of kids their age who turn into holograms and sneak into Disney World after dark and do battle against Disney villains. Super exciting, right? And yet some kids are still just not reading. I figured one chapter a night with a quiz at the end of the week, that's manageable, especially if I'm not giving them any other homework. They should be able to do that, right? Well, the latest test scores would indicate otherwise. And I had to stop and I had to go, you know what? Just because I assume that that's an attainable goal doesn't necessarily make it so. I have no idea what's going on with a lot of these kids in this distance learning world that we're living in. Some of them are latchkey kids. Some of them are taking care of younger brothers and sisters. Some kids have plenty of time and they're excelling and they're getting all their work done. Some kids aren't. And we have to stop assuming that we know better because we're not in control of the situation. This is not a paradigm that we can control. There are so many variables that are beyond our control. We need to accept that. We need to recognize it and we need to adjust our curriculum accordingly. So instead of quizzes, what I figured was, look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read with you guys in class every single day, one chapter a day, and we'll take turns. I'll read some, you'll read some. Round robin reading, right? No big deal. And look, some teachers think that round robin reading isn't effective, right? That they're not going to be paying attention, that they're going to be checking out. Well, hey, guess what? They're already not paying attention. They're already checking out. I mean, if they're watching Minecraft over here or if they're watching YouTube over there, there's nothing we can do about it. There are certain things that are beyond our control that we just need to let go. But if we read with them, if we present the knowledge to them, at least we know we've given it to them. And what they do with it is up to them. I ask them to write down the answers to 3 questions every night based on the chapter that we've read in class that day. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm accomplishing the same thing as I would with a quiz. I'm asking them to kind of give me back the knowledge that was covered in class today, and they do it. End of story. You know, I've heard from teachers who've been doing this 10 years, 20 years. I see it on Facebook. I hear it on podcasts that this is not the same as real school, that this isn't real teaching. Well, I disagree. I think real teaching is what you make of it. And I think that we can excel in any arena that we're put into if we simply leave our preconceived notions behind. No, this is not the same as in-person instruction. But don't tell me that there aren't marvelous tools to be found on the internet with which to utilize and make education something special, something the best that it can be, even though the circumstances may be far from perfect. I mean, for crying out loud, look at Mr. Rogers, look at Lavar Buton, look at Bob Ross and Jim Henson. Tell me they weren't virtual teachers. We can adapt to the medium, but we have to let go of what we think ought to be happening. Because if we don't, we're going to be dead in the water. It's going to be a disservice to the students if we can't embrace the situation that we find ourselves in, if we continue to live in the past, and if we continue to see things through a lens of 2019, we're not going to be able to serve our students the best we can. We just can't. We cannot rise to the challenge if we're living in the past. We cannot be here today if all we're thinking about is yesterday. So we need to wake up, we need to embrace the suck, and we need to adapt to what is right before us. Look, no doubt about it, 2020 has been one for the record books in so many different ways. But you know what? We're still here. I'm here, you're here, and we still have something to contribute to this world. Any day above ground is a good day. And you know what? This too shall pass. The students will come back to the classroom, and by the time they do, they'll probably be so used to the virtual world that we're all going to have to adapt all over again, teachers and students alike. But it will happen. We are resilient, and we will embrace that change as it comes. But right here today, we have to focus on today. Not what should have been, not what could be, but what is right here, right now. That's all we have. And if we lose sight of that, we're gonna lose our students. And once we do that, then yeah, you know what? This year is a wash. And I don't believe that. I believe that there is value to be gained in this year if only we focus on what's important. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you got value from this, then smash that like button for me. And if you enjoyed this video, check this one out. This is another good one. If you're enjoying all my videos, why not subscribe to my channel and I'll keep them coming. Hey, take care of yourselves out there. Take care of someone else. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.